manifestation? What is it really, and how are you actually really able to use it? And in this video we are going to talk about how you can align it with your beliefs about reality. Some people get really allergic to it when you talk about it, but I really want to address it in a very non-magical way, where you are just seeing how is your reality, how is your experience actually behaving, and how can you make use of it so that you get the most benefit out of your life experience. So manifestation, what it really means is actually the process of turning your desires into goals and actually turning them then, in the last step, into your lived experience. Not only as a real physical reality, but also as a felt emotional experience. And so manifestation really is this process from first initiating a thought about a topic, about a desired state that you have to set an intentional desire to achieve, and then making this your primary goal. So the steps you need to take in order to manifest something in your life are the following. First, to really make this desired state something that is always in the back of your mind, something that is your primary goal in life, at least for a certain period of time, until you may go on to another goal. For example, if you are a student and you want to you are studying something, and your primary goal at that time probably is to get a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, and you're not consciously doing that, but this is such a big part of your life that it's your constant background to everything that you are doing. So you are aligning your actions with that higher goal of reaching a certain goal, and this is really the first critical step if you want to use manifestation consciously and decide on which outcome you want to achieve. Really become very clear about it. Imagine that state in your mind, how you will feel in that situation when you have reached your goal. Make it very clear to yourself, so that when you are actually really in that situation where you may judge, have I reached my goal or not, that you are actually very clear about that you're so clear that you make the definition of your goal so clear that when it's absolutely clear to you when you have reached your goal. So that's the first step. And in the initiation phase, you really need to make sure that you remind yourself very often of your goal, because different from when you are studying, outer circumstances might not yet support your goal. You have not really set your whole life on the track to reaching that goal. And so in that initiation phase, really set yourself reminders so that over time, over a few days and weeks, it really becomes second nature to you to think about everything in terms of how does it align with me reaching and manifesting my desired state. And what is next is really that you have to break it down into secondary goals. It's not enough to just dream about your desired state and then have no clue about how you want to get from where you are now to where you want to be. You have to really break it down into something tangible, into secondary goals, which are actually your action steps. You are going to not just rely on wishful thinking that maybe some people around this topic think about. If I just think about it enough, things will happen to me that will increase my likelihood of reaching that goal, and I don't really have to do anything to achieve it. But that really is too simplistic. What you need to do is even though that might be one part of it, because when you are thinking about it constantly, things will appear to you as though they are supportive of your goal. But you have to use all of your powers in this experience to make your desired state come true. And that involves making a plan, breaking it down into actionable steps. That's just very rational, very logic, and this applies here. You need to do that in order to make it practical, what you are desiring. Otherwise, manifestation doesn't work. We know that. It's very simple. We don't even have to call it manifestation. It's just rational behavior, achieving your goals through a process that is very down to earth, so to speak. And when you are having a goal in your mind that you want to reach as a desired experience, we really have to think about this whole experience that we are having as not something that is physical. Because manifestation becomes easier when we think about reality as subjective first-person experience. And we don't even have to argue about this. Maybe you can argue about this with a scientist who is really deeply embedded in the belief that he's actually observing some physical reality independent of him, even though real up-to-date scientists will know that this has long been refuted by science itself. What we observe and who we are is one thing, is one process. We cannot separate us from, so to speak, outside reality. And this is important to know in the process of manifesting your goals, why actually you have such a powerful role in how your life unfolds. Because really what that means, if we are not separate from the world, is that there is only first-person experience. You're not experiencing a physical reality. What you are experiencing is just the flow of experiences that is going on right now. Just observe it. It's a momentary, present experience that's always and ever changing. It's colors, sight, sound, feelings, emotions, thoughts, everything that we experience. It's all of that. It's just that. And we don't need an explanatory model like physical reality behind those experiences. And that's how manifestation is actually possible. There is no physical reality that you have to somehow influence with your wishful thinking. No, it's thoughts being part of this very experience that can have some powerful effects if you know how to make use of them. Because thoughts are on another level than the other experiences. You may have thoughts. They are not as powerful as what you are saying. What you are saying is not as powerful as what you are doing. And what you do is not as powerful as what your whole experience is like as a complete construct. So from thoughts, you can go to actions and influence your experience. Because it's one singular whole. It's one first-person experience, subjective and not independent of each other. It's just that we have created this distinction in our minds from, thoughts are something fundamentally different than external reality. Because it's based in this belief that there is actually an external reality that we are separate from. And once you have really, really deeply experienced that this is not the case, that all is one and you are that one infinite being, then really you know that manifestation is just a logical next step. It's you are the creator. You are, as a human being, not infinite and not the whole of it, and you're not the universal being, but you are part of it. And because there is no And when I say you are all of it, you are the creation, what that really means is that you are everything and you are connected to everything. And so it is this experience of making our thoughts turn into an experienced reality, of our goals, manifesting them, is just taking inspiration from a lower level to a higher level. And there is a process we can engage in to make that happen. It requires work usually. It's not like you only have to think about it and it will become true. True in the sense of being an experienced reality in, so to speak, outer reality. But the important thing is here that it is totally possible to make your thoughts come true, not through wishful thinking, but through very logical steps that we can take in order to manifest them. And those are, to summarize them, make your intention very, very clear, become first for yourself clear about what you actually want, what your goals are, how you would like life to unfold if your goal is reached, how it would feel, how your experience, what it would be like, and really make it a vivid mental image. And then remind yourself constantly until it's really has become a fixed goal in your mind. Remind yourself over and over again so that every decision you make, down to the smallest ones in your daily life, that they are influenced by your primary goal. And then make a plan. How do you want to achieve your primary goal? Break them down into secondary goals, into action steps that you can actually do very practically, that you don't need any wishful thinking for. And this is really the whole magic that's behind manifestation. What happens when you actually believe or want to believe in something that is quote-unquote more magical than this process I just described? If you want to believe that manifestation is something supernatural and that you are engaging in this unexplainable process of manifesting your dreams, you're just really tricking yourself. You like to believe maybe in something magical and unexplainable, but reality is already magical as it is. You don't have to make it something more than it is. And you only do that because your mind maybe likes it. That's your unconscious way of motivating yourself to engage in certain activities. Because maybe you like the thought of, oh, manifestation is something so superior and magical that we cannot explain, and therefore it's enough for me to just engage in wishful thinking, and I observe all of these experiences that are aligning with my goal suddenly. And yeah, this happens because your mind is now set on your goal and looks out for everything that's somehow connected to your goal suddenly has more meaning, and you're actually noticing it, whereas before those things just went unnoticed, like so many other things that are not important to you. And so really take this manifestation process as something conscious. Engage in it in a way that is not based on wishful thinking, but based on what you can actually do in this life, what you know are the best decisions you can make. And this will really increase your likelihood of actually realizing your dreams, making them part of this shared dream that we are all engaging in, part of this reality that is just subjective, first-person experience. Everybody has his own experience, has his own view on life, and really that's all there is. And so you can make your own thoughts, take them to higher levels, experience them as your lived reality, and this is the whole whole topic of manifestation. This is all there is about manifestation. I don't believe there's anything quote-unquote magical about it. It's just that it's a magical existence we are living in. So that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.